Hey guys, what's going on? Alan here at the Gibson Garage YouTube channel. Welcome back and thanks for coming back. If you are coming back, you're here to see me finish off the rack and pinion on this guy. If you're new to the channel, this is my 94 Chevy C1500. It is a short bed step side and not much is done to it. I got a steering wheel in there, some buttons I'm gonna put in. Check out these buttons. I'll be installing these buttons later. I don't know if I'm gonna do it in this video or not, but hang in there, we'll find out. If you've been following along, you'll know about the core support here I did with my custom mounts. I'm very proud of. Wider hole, all that stuff. But in this video, we're going to cut another hole in this cross member so we can get the steering shaft inside there. Here is the steering shaft. You can see it's pretty long right now. Borgeson U-joints. This is 9/16 that will attach here to the rack and pinion. This is the 1-inch double D that will attach to the factory column. I will put these part numbers in the description below, so if you want to pick these up, you don't have to go searching for dimensions. Next thing we're going to do later in this video is get these guys attached. This is where I'm a little nervous, but I'm confident I've got the rack centered, and I'm confident the tires are, you know, straight enough. And I just feel like if I cut the same amount off of each end, everything should work out just fine. As far as adapting these two together, they're obviously different sizes. I think this is also 9/16, and then these are larger. I don't know what they are, but I do have some concerns about installing this. It's going to be pretty short. I'm going to have to cut both pieces down pretty far, and then also in the angle, it's got to go down and that way. Hopefully it's just not too extreme. And then of course, will the whole thing even work with no power steering, wide tires, smaller diameter steering wheel? My first thought is just finding some, you know, threaded sleeve for this end and then welding it to the half of the other sleeve that would go to this end, this adjuster sleeve. So cut this in half, use the one half that works on this tie rod, and then weld something to the other half of it that threads onto this. I'll have to go to like Tractor Supply or Ace Hardware or something. I've got to cut them pretty short. I know I said in the last video 45 inches wide is perfect, it's doable, and it still is. I'm gonna do it, but I mean, once we cut these, if we come down here, once we cut these even just the same, you only have, you know what, 2 inches, and that's like 2.5 inches. You know, you're not gonna have much room in between them and still keep them long enough to be safe, you know? I feel like if they're too short, then they can just snap right out of the sleeve or something. Definitely don't want that happening. I was looking at some options for spherical ball joints, and they would be a lot shorter, and they would even be the right size, but they were not going to be cheap. And also, I'm not sure about adapting it to this tapered knuckle there, you know, that tapered seat. I'd have to drill it out. Before I went shopping for any parts, I'd have to commit to drilling out this knuckle, and then there'd be no turning back, and then what, you know, I don't know. I got 8 days including today, guys. It seemed more doable at the, you know, at the beginning of the month, and it still might be, but we'll see. Let's just get to cutting this hole out first for the steering column. It's just one thing at a time. If this works out, I can clear the brake lines, I can go right underneath the motor mount, and everything will be beautiful. Rainbows and sunshine. There we go. Woo! Okay, I got the rod set in place. The bottom one is pretty much the exact length that we need, except for what needs to actually slide into the U-joint. So I can take the length of this rod plus the length of this bit here, and that's how long I need. Then I can cut both rods, you know, in half or whatever. Divide that up between the two rods so that it still has a maximum amount of collapsing. Okay, got that tightened up. Owie! Still got to drill a hole for that. So, it's, except for drilling that hole, it's pretty much finished. But I got the telescoping part right here. I got about 3 inches of collapse. So, not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And right here, it seems to work great. Let's check it out inside. Goodness. Okay, got it centered just about, pretty much. So we go, that's 1 turn, and a little over 3/4. Go back 3/4, go back 1. 1 and a little over 3/4 that way. So that should be centered. Okay, so that looked like it was off about a 1/2 inch, which kind of sucks. There's another way to do this though, just to double check. All the way to the left from this point, we've got 1 7/8 right here to this nub. 1 7/8. Now I've got 6 3/4. So that's a difference of 4 7/8 inches. You divide that in half and you get what, 2 1/2. Half of that's a 1/16 over 2 7/8. So that's, let's do that and then see what the difference is compared to the other side. That should be centered according to my steering wheel. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 7/8 plus the 1 7/8 we were already. So is that 4 3/4? We got 4 1/2, no, not even 4 1/2, which means it wants to go even further that way. That just does not make sense. My steering wheel says it needs to go this way. The math says it needs to go that way. Let's check, hang on. So yeah, the measurements are good. However, I realized we've got a much bigger problem and I'm gonna have to drop a bunch more money. There's just no way around it. I don't have the parts. What I realized now is all of the threads, both inner and outer tie rods, are normal right-hand threads. So even if I were able to fashion a sleeve that could accommodate both sizes, the sleeve would just be spinning back and forth on the two rods, not changing the steering at all. So I had to drop like $200 on some new outer tie rods that I hope will work. If they're not right, if they don't work, I'm stuck. I'm not going to be able to get this thing to the show. But it's basically a bump steer kit. And well, I'm gonna have to wait. I'm gonna go ahead and put this video out for you guys, just so you know, so you're up to date, so you know what's going on. I think in the meantime I'm gonna work on putting in that switch panel, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, while I'm waiting on those parts, I'm gonna do the finish welding on this piece and get that situated while we're waiting, throw some paint on it, and then I'm gonna start on those buttons on the inside, see if maybe I can get at least the fan and the water pump wired up. And I feel like I should put on the front clip at least too. Maybe I'll get the front clip on, but that's gonna be in the next video, guys. I'm gonna get this video out for you guys now, where I'm gonna be putting out a video probably, I don't know, every other day until September 24th. There's only like 7 days left now. So thanks for watching, guys. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell to get notified. If you want to support, hit that super thanks button. And as always, have a good day.